Hi, how's it going? My name is Nick. I am Quantum Brujo, your Cottage Witch, and we are here on my very first episode, so I'm very thankful that you're all here joining me today. I'm really excited to have this new channel, which is going to go over how to make your space at home that we are all spending a lot more time at much more magical and enjoyable and beneficial to you and your family. Like I said, it's my first episode, so go ahead and please subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment if you can. If you don't want to like, that's okay too, but leave a comment. Let me know why this channel isn't for you, or what it can do better to serve you, or you can leave comments on what you like. Anything's acceptable here. I'm just so excited to have you all here with me. Sorry if I talk fast. Sometimes I will try to keep it slow, but I get excited and sometimes I trip over my words. But I'll do my best, and as the episodes come out, I'm sure I'll improve just as you'll improve with your practice as well. So let's get started. First, I want to cleanse the space, which is important to do. Just clears out any negative energy. You want to be careful with what you use. Sometimes big, large sage wands can clear out all the energy, so that's positive and negative energy. That's okay. If you want to do a sweep with that, just make sure you have some music going, or do some positive dancing, or something along those lines to raise the energy back up again, because you want to have as much positive energy around you as you can when you're doing your practice. So I'm just going to be using a sage and citrus incense stick, so it's much lighter. I also have my oil diffuser here, which has lavender and geranium, just to keep me as calm and collected as possible as I do this, so I don't, stumble through it and confuse you guys. I want to make this is really a channel for you. It helps me as well. It's kind of as above, so below, and whatnot. Basically, we all are helping each other. This helps me with my practice. It helps you. Your comments help me tremendously. I love feedback. I really appreciate it. So anything can help. And also share this video with your friends if you can as well. I'm going to try to keep this PG as possible, so you can do this with your family too. If I have a slip up, I'll try to edit anything out that might come out of my mouth that's inappropriate. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and light my incense here. As I'm doing so, I'm just thinking about it collecting up any negative energy, almost like cobwebs, negative energy cobwebs that might be lingering around. And as the smoke clears out the windows that I have open, it'll take the negative energy out. I've been playing a lot of really good music this morning, and keeping myself really positive today. So the positive energy's here, and it's going to be just raising even higher and higher as I continue to work this, and I can feel my energy connecting with you guys now too. So it's good. It's a good feeling, and as long as we keep it positive, this is will take out the bad, and we'll just keep filling it up with more and more good. Next, I'm going to call the quarters. You don't have to do this. I find it helpful. It helps ground me with the earth, helps keep me centered, but also helps elevate my spirit. It's kind of like a stretching like this. So I have these 4 candles here. I have the north, earth, south, fire, west, water, east, air. Typically I would do a yellow candle for air, but they had orange, so that's one thing to realize with your practice. You don't have to do things exactly by the book. You can, as long as you have the intention here, because this is really where the magic starts. This is the magic wand, is your brain and your thoughts. So as long as you're focusing on it and you have a representation that works for you, and it's close, to what's suggested, then I think it's going to work just fine. I have some spells here that I'm going to be doing, in our potions class, in our charms class, that ask for different, oils, and I use the majority of the same ones, but I, add and switch things around as well based on what I had and what works for me. So then after we do our potions class, our charms class, we're going to get into herbology. We're going to have 3 classes today. It's going to be really fun and really easy, honestly, something that the entire family can do. So let's get started with our grounding. As or calling the quarters and grounding, as I light each candle, I just like to think of the energy that force or that element provides. So with, earth, I try to think of its, grounding, motherly, nurturing, energy. I can even say, I call upon the, powers of the north, earth to stabilize and ground us. And really, you could say whatever you want just as long as it's something that's, welcoming and inviting for, those energies. You just want to be really respectful of really everything, everyone at all times. But especially when you're calling in, forces, you really want to respect and encourage their positive elements or their positive nature. So, power of the South, I call you. I appreciate and I'm grateful for your fiery, passionate energies. To the West, I call the power of water, communication, emotional energy. I'm grateful to have you here. To the power of the East, I have air, winds of change, insight, knowledge. I welcome your presence. And finally, in the center, Spirit, thank you so much for joining us today. Please guide me and my watchers into a whole new chapter in our life. Things are changing, especially, December to like mid-February-ish. Things are taking a big swing. And let's keep ourselves positive. Let's make our lives enchanted and magical as best as possible. So now we have all that done. Let's get into our first class. So we have potions class, and we're going to be doing protection. So protection is one of the most important things that you can have with you. I need to get my amulet. 1 second, you guys. So protection is one of the most important things to do at the beginning of, practice, as well as, throughout your day, throughout every day. It's good to have protection with you. So I have 3 different spells, potions that we can make. Actually, 2 different potions and 1 different, we're going to add some more protection to my tiger eye amulet. So we have a protection house wash that you could do, once a season or every 3 months. It basically, I filled up this water bottle, here a spray bottle, with 1 cup of white vinegar and 4 cups of water. And then we're going to add bergamot and geranium to this. So we'll just make it here. I add about 12 drops, so you can just go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lid back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The water that I use for this is purified water. You can boil the water, you could buy purified water if you want to. I also add crystals to it and then leave it outside for about 12 hours in the sun, just to make it as pure. While I'm doing that, I'm also thinking just about, toxins being removed as it boils and being infused with power of the crystals. So I have clear quartz in there, which basically can take on almost any kind of energy that you want to infuse with it. I have some clear quartz, I have green aventurine, which is like abundance, luck, rose, I'm just going basic here, you guys. Rose quartz, which is like love, harmony, peace, and then amethyst, which is like spirituality, insight, thought. Obviously, there's a lot of meanings that go into crystals. Those are just basic ones. So I always encourage people to do their research and just continue to their education on their own as well, because the more effort you put into it, the more you get back. That's why I say, leave comments and talk to each other here as well. Yes, it helps me out, but it really helps you guys out too, tremendously. So then, as I have this, I'm just going to spin it 3 times. If you want to have, stir it 3 times, you can. If you feel really connected to your wand energy, go ahead and do that. Once again, like this for me, this is kind of weird to stir. So I'm just going to swirl it 3 times. And as I swirl it 3 times, I'm going to say, thrice around the bottle round. Protect my house, top to ground. I think I did it like 6 times there, but really, it doesn't matter. Just stir it. I mean, as long as you're thinking it and your intention's there, if you're like thinking, oh, I've done it 4 times, it's not going to work, then it's not going to work, because your mindset's there. As I'm spinning it, when you spin it once, it doesn't stop spinning. The motion keeps going as well. It just wants you to. It's good to have routine, and it's good to have sets, like do things 3 times. So when you're doing it, you could do it 3 times, and it's part of your practice. Just the same way as when nurses wash their hands, they wash their hands a certain way. yeah, there's so many different ways you can start here, do this. But they're going to do theirs the same exact way each time because it works for them. And so that's good. Yeah, if you want to spin it 3 times, exactly, that's great. But don't get so wrapped up in that type of stuff. It's more about the intention you're putting into it. So my thought is more about the protection, not how many times I'm spinning it. If that makes sense to you, great. If not, leave a comment. Let me know that I'm doing things terribly wrong and how I, am a horrible, horrible witch. That's fine with you as well. I don't really mind. So I appreciate all comments. So then you just want to go around and spray your windows and your doors. I use a rag for the doors, and I also use a squeegee for the windows so there's not streaks. If you're doing it outside and you have a lot of cobwebs, you don't want to use tons of this on doors and stuff because it can strip the paint. It is white vinegar if there's not too much diluted, but I like to do a hose down in my house first and get all the major junk down, and then this is just kind of like my protection shield. So that's the first one. One done. Easy as pie, right? I know I started talking about the amulet and I went somewhere else, but that's okay. We'll get back to that one. So the next one is what you could do when you're out and about. So this is going to protect the home. So when you're in it, you don't have to worry about wearing amulets or having your shielding mist spray. You can, but your home is going to be nice and protected with this while you're in it and everyone in it and your objects in it. The shielding mist is great. This is for when you're out on the go and you just want to have a little back up. I call it the no one finna F with me spray. It's great. It smells fantastic, and it really just gives you that confidence that standing up and as you walk down the street, no one is going to mess with you. You're just confident. You smell good. You're bold. It's great. So this here is just the same water that purified water, and then I have in here I have sandalwood, lavender, and frankincense. It's a very masculine smell, but I love it. It smells really, really, really nice. And whenever you're out and you're getting into work and you just want to have a little shield of your negative coworkers, or you're getting onto the bus or the subway, this is perfect. Just a little spray, a little protection for when you're on the go. If you want to spray your friends, ask them first. Don't just spray people. You don't want to enforce your practice on anyone that doesn't want it. That would be rude. So these are, you could do this one on Saturday or a dark moon. You can spray anytime, but you want to make it on a Saturday or a dark moon. And then this one here is on a Saturday or a full moon. And then the same thing with our necklace, which we're going to do next is a Saturday or a full moon. Okay, so say you're out and about, you don't have your shielding mist, or you're not in your house and you want to have some extra protection, or even if you just want to wear it around and spray yourself while you're in your house, that's fine too. But I have here a tiger's eye, which is one of my favorites, and I have this wonderful votive candle here that smells amazing. I love this one. What do they call it? Premium fragrance. Okay, not very creative, but just kidding. It's juniper berry. It does not smell like juniper berry. It smells like diesel cologne, but it smells really great. And they have the Alhiz rune scribed in. I suggest everyone look up different runes. It's basically from the runic alphabet. Rune means like a hidden message or secret message. So along with them being letters in the alphabet, they also have deeper meanings. And so this is the meaning of strength and protection. It can look like someone holding their hands up and calling in the power of spirit. It could be someone holding their hands up to try to scare away an animal, or some people think it's like the representative of like a stag's horns. I have cumin, which is the an herb or seasoning that is used for protection as well and strength. I have that sprinkled around. I have the Alhiz, just carved in with a little nail right into the wax. And as I light the candle, I'm just going to think about the aroma just, coming up, and the heat coming up and collecting all the next, I'm going to, move my amulet over it. And as the heat comes in, it's going to boil out any, negative energies that it's collected. And it's going to infuse it with positivity. And as I blow the candles out and run the smoke is going to carry out all the negative energy and keep all that positive energy there, and you're going to have this wonderful protection amulet for when you're on the go. So, I'm going to go ahead and light this guy here. It smells fantastic. You can let it melt for a little bit if you want to get those, the oils really cooking. I've done this a couple times already during practice, so I'm not going to let it melt this time, so we can just keep going. However, if you'd like to melt yours first, go for it. You can, I can just hit pause and come back when it's melted. Okay, so I'm going to just, hold it around here, just things like I said. Just the heat, removing any toxins, the beautiful smell infusing. I love cumin as well. And I can even like feel like the energy like, pushing like the necklace around as it moves. I mean, I'm moving it too, obviously. I can see my hand moving it, but I can feel as it goes over. It's almost like a magnet. It's really interesting. Then as I blow it out, I'm just going to say, a necklace of protection, charged with my intention, and shield in my direction as the smoke pulls out. Necklace of protection, charged with my intention, and shield in my direction. So now I have a necklace, I have shielding mist spray, and I have a house wash. I also added some rose quartz to my shielding mist spray. You don't have to. I wouldn't add it to this. I was thinking about it, but with the vinegar, it can be corrosive on your crystals. And if you have some, like, these are literally just like little tiny, like, tumbled little baby crystals. So, I mean, if you don't really mind those getting, like, corroded, then for sure add them in there. I don't. I just have it in this guy here because it gives a little bit more love. Okay. So that was, 3 little spells right there in, like, what, 5 minutes? Probably a little bit more because I talked to when you're on your own. When you're on your own, you're not going to have to work on me gabbing on or forgetting what I'm saying, and you will be much faster. Okay, so next is we're going to move into a little bit heavier. This is going to be our charms class, and we're going to make these soothing shower steamers. I just used one, and I love them. They're super easy to make, really, really fun, and they still, absolutely fantastic. This is great for if you're going to take like a forgiveness shower or forgiveness bath or really anything along those lines. It kind of acts like a bath bomb. What I like about them is they don't break up super, super quick as well, so you can use them for 2 showers. What I actually like to do is I almost use that as like a pumice stone or like a body scrub, and you take the little cube and just like rub it all across my body. And as I'm doing, I'm thinking about forgiveness and forgiving myself and others. And it's made with Epsom salt, which works in baking soda. So that whole, baking soda is a cleanser. Epsom salt helps change like the osmolality or the molality of your skin to suck out, impurities and toxins. And so I just think of it as just scrubbing away and cleansing away, the negative energy that I have brought from being unable to forgive myself or others or anything along those lines, and just washing it down. It can be heavy. It should be an emotional experience, I think, because you are going in there to do something emotional. And so really with your intentions, it should be a really healing experience. If it's for kids, just tell them it's fun. Or if you want to make, you don't have to do one as a forgiveness shower. You can have these for, an abundant shower. You can have an invigorating, energy. You can have a healing shower in a different way, just switching up the different oils that you use instead of what we're going to be using today, which is lavender and I believe lavender and rosemary and peppermint and rose, which is in the Epsom salt. They smell so good, you guys, and it's really easy to do. And like I said, it's fun. This is definitely for the kids because you get to get your hands in it. You don't get too dirty though, so I don't want to see you get dirty doing it, but you definitely get your hands involved. So, like I said, super easy. You can change the variations if you want to make more. I think this makes about like 3 or 4. If you want to double it. I think I doubled it and made 6 the other day. So 2 cups baking soda, 1 cup sea salt. If you want the 6, I'm going to do 1 cup baking soda, half a cup of the Epsom salt. Sorry, I said sea salt, not Epsom salt. And honestly, it doesn't even matter if like you get a little bit more, a little bit less. You just adjust. So 1 cup of this guy. You can always get one of those little bricks too to keep this if you baking soda gets clumpy. Get those like terracotta bricks you can add in there. I use it quite frequently, so I don't have any in mine. But don't let that stop you if you want to do that for yours. And this is Epsom salt. You can use sea salt. I like Epsom salt. As I said, it has like the properties of detoxification, purification, etc. And this one is infused with rose, and it smells incredible. You also will be known as the person that always smells good and has amazing smelling hands, because when you knead this together, it just like infuses, and I spend all day like this whenever I make this stuff. Okay. And I know I didn't add the oils to the spray. I did that earlier when I was doing like a dress rehearsal, and I don't want to add any more, but I promise you the oils are in there. Okay, so now we have our lavender. About 12 of this also, especially because the rose is pretty prominent, so you want to get these other smells through it too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I love rosemary also. What a great smell. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. I have 3 other videos already ready to go. For the rest of November. I want to continue doing this through, for as long as I can, really, and that's going to come from the support of you guys. I have like stuff planned throughout January, so let's keep it going, and you guys let me know what else you want to see, and we'll make it happen. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, so now you don't want to just add water to this, because it can be too much water too quickly. Excuse me. So you want to use your shielding mist spray, or just any spray. Don't use this one, it has vinegar. You can use your shielding mist. Now this has the other smells in it, so if you don't want those other smells added, you don't have to. I like adding stuff together, and I've done this before, and it actually smells really good, and it's extra protection. So this protects you while you're in your shower. Honestly, if you just want to use regular water, or your purified water without any oils in here, go for it. So you just want to add some water, mix it around. Once it starts to get to like a clumpy sand and it starts sticking together a little bit better, like when you hold it in your hand and it sticks, that's like not enough yet. It's like still crumbly too easily. So a little bit more. You can do this in a silicone mold also. I have cupcake pans or muffin tin, which works great. They pop right out. Like you don't have to worry about putting like saran wrap or anything else in there. Like they literally just like turn it over and they pop right out. You can add a little bit of like natural food coloring if you want to. You can add dried strawberries if you want to. If you want to do like a different, energy, you can do dried rose petals if you want to. If you have stones that are large enough to not go down the drain, or that you don't really care much about, like these little ones here, they won't go down the drain, but they're going to be in your bathtub or your shower. But hey, I love crystal energy, so feel free to pop a couple of those in there too, or just like one on top. So as you see, or like one large one in the center. So when it melts down, like you'll obviously notice that it's there. These make really great gifts too. Gosh, you guys, that smell is incredible. Okay, these are better. So now that it's like forming together, I'm just gonna go ahead and just pop them right in, and just fill in. Now, if you want to like make sure that you can just go over the I'm sorry, I'm mumbling again. You want to make sure they're smooth around the edges. You can just go around with like a wet finger and just like go in little circles around, because they do come out if you leave the edges all jagged. They do come out with jagged edges. It's not too hard to file those down with like a little wet, like a lightly wetted or dampened paper towel. You can go around the edges as well and smooth them out. You don't have to, but sometimes people are perfectionists and like things to look really pretty. And so if you want yours to look like it's, from a store-bought bath bomb, you're probably going to want to just smooth out those edges. For me, I like imperfections and things. So I think the imperfections make things really pretty and make them more unique. You can also, if you want to, as I said earlier, that you should be doing your homework and looking at runes. You can also inscribe different runes in here, love, forgiveness, happiness, success, abundance, whatever oils you're working with, whatever intentions you're working with, which is the most important part. You want to use a rune that, just matches up with that. A little inscribe in there, it could be fun. Or if you wanted to use those, natural food coloring, you can get a little paintbrush and paint on there, paint a little happy face on there, and I love you on there. You can make it look like a sweet heart, one of those candies on Valentine's Day. If you have like a heart mold and do like a, one of those messages on there like, I love you, or text me, whatever they say now. Okay, so then you want to leave these, literally they says that you should leave these out for like 24 to 48 hours. Mine dry in like 12 hours, maybe even less. And then you're done. Voila! You have these amazing little witch in there. She's so happy. She's about to take a shower and steam herself into forgiveness. And these cute little, see how mine have kind of like jagged edges? You can literally just like sand those off. But you have these cute little shower steamers that smell fantastic. They can be used as bath bombs. They can be used as, like I said, a body scrub, a pumice stone. As long as you're in there and you're thinking about, what your intent was going into it, you should have that moment of forgiveness. You should have that moment of, relief, that emotional experience that you were looking for. It's almost certain to happen. All right, let's get this candle going again because it smells so good. And since I already amuleted my amulet, protected my amulet, now we can just have the beautiful premium fragrance filling the air. Okay, you got, listen, that was like 2 huge classes already done. Potions done, charms done. Let's move on to herbology. And we are going to plant some happiness. After doing that heavy work with the forgiveness, which can, maybe bring our energy down a little bit, I think it should lift it up, because when you forgive, it should be like a freeing, it should take that weight off your shoulders and let you stand a little taller. But if you are feeling a little down, you can plant some happiness and grow that in, so let's do that. So I have 2 buckets here that I have just some rocks like in the bottom to out here for drainage. And I have some chicken manure and dirt at the top layers. I'm going to take 5 little rose quartz and make, a pentagram on each of my little dirt piles. You don't have to do a pentagram. You can do whatever you want. You can just add a crystal there if you want to. It's up to you, really. And then I have a larger crystal. Just like this guy here. Just like this guy here. I'm going to set it right in the center and push it down. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Then we're going to take our little plant here. Just going to turn it and just make sure you're holding from the dirt. You can use a shovel or a spade if you want to. I don't worry about that kind of stuff. Make a little bit of a hole. Get your guy in there. Doesn't matter if the crystals move around now. If the crystals can move, it's okay. 1. Oop, I didn't turn it upside down. My bad. Sorry, cactus. It'll be okay. Cactuses are cacti are very industrious. They can handle a lot of extreme temperatures and, extreme temperatures. They don't like frost, but they're very hardy plants. Okay, so now I have a little bit of salt, and as I sprinkle the salt around in a circle 3 times, or like I said, as many as you want, or as few as you want, I'm just going to say my little incantation. Not all of these have incantations. Like for the Sudlin this way, there's no incantation for it. When making, our shower steamers, there's no incantation. But I am going to show you what you can say while you're in the shower once we're done. This one, you know, you don't have to say anything, but I like to go, plant of happiness, fill my life, brighten my heart, lift my spirit. Plant of happiness, fill my life, brighten my heart, lift my spirit. Herbology done. Now when you're watering your plants, you're just going to want to think about, you know, the happiness that and taking care of other things and how it feels good to give back and how it feels good to see progress. You know, a lot of times we don't realize how well we're doing or how far we've come from a tough situation. And so, you know, by having something like this here, it just helps us remember that things change and things grow, and the more the more you care for this, the better, the longer it's going to last, the more vibrant the colors will be. And it just goes with taking care of your life and your own happiness too. The more you care for yourself and the more vibrant you are, and the more you care for yourself, the more vibrant you will be. The more vibrant you think you are, the more vibrant you will turn out to be as well. Like I said, this is the real wand up here. Okay, so back to the shower real fast. If you're in the shower and you want to say anything, you can have for your little enchantment, your enchanting spell. You can say, I wash away the pain and send it down the drain. I forgive with heart and mind and banish hurt behind. Easy peasy. You don't have to say that. You could just say, you know, Spirit, grant me the power to forgive. Open my heart. Let these oils infuse me, calm me, give me clarity, give me peace, and allow me to forgive. And then let your mind just go down that path. And it should be a healing experience. It always is for me. Okay, now special prizes. One of these is going to be for you guys. I want to grow one of these for the collective. So please leave in the comments which one you guys like, red or yellow. I know I kind of like turned this one upside down. I mean, didn't turn this one upside down, and maybe it looks a little wonky, but it's not. I promise it's going to be just great because our intention for it to be great is for it to be great, and so therefore it will be. You guys, that was super fun. It was only, 30 minutes, and we got all this done. That's fantastic. I'm really, really happy with that, and I'm so happy that you all are here with me today. Please hit like, please, share this video. I want to get better at this, and I want to improve my practice and help, you guys improve yours. So let's do this together, and thank you so much again. My name is Nick. I am Quantum Brujo, your Cottage Witch,